Are we on? I think we are. Where am I? I think this is right. Woo! Got my new hair on. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. I like her. If you have not noticed, I love the color red. It is my signature color. I'm sure everybody doesn't know that reference. If you don't, Steel Magnolias, Improve Your Life. Watch it. Julia Roberts, excellent. Sally Field, beast. That girl just, I don't know. The doctor must have slapped her and said, actor or actress, because she was just really, really good. Um, hey everybody. Today is Sunday. Um, I believe this is the 14th day of the 40 days and 40 nights. But I just want to talk a little bit about my experience so far on or in the 40 days and 40 nights. How y'all feeling? Am I recording? I can't tell. My thing is in the way. We just gonna go with it. Um, how do y'all feel? I feel good. No, that's not. Let me try to pull off the camera filter that we put on and let me try to be myself. I felt challenged when we first started on arranging everybody and hoping people will keep their word and the responsibility of doing two um, meals a week. And I don't know if you guys know, but I'm purposely doing my meals in order for me to be able to upload them for Mrs. Good Thing and for SOS. The Lord has told me to do this several times, and so I thought I would take the opportunity to be able to. I'm looking over there, and I should be here. I thought I would take the opportunity to be able to use this time to start getting used to it and start actually uploading some videos and putting them on YouTube. So I've been purposely looking at it in a broader sense than just the 40 days and 40 nights. But as the 40 days and 40 nights alone, how am I handling it? What's been going on? And you ever have something happen to you and you just feel like you wish the people who you should have been a part of it were a part of it because it was just so awesome and the expectations that you had are being met? And I guess the best thing to say is that the Lord has exceeded my expectations on this. We did this before. I was dedicated before. Oh no, let me see. No, yeah, I was. I was dedicated in doing it, but I didn't put the same kind of efforts as I'm putting into it now. And I see the difference. I see the Lord meeting me where I'm at, and then 7 times over exceeding my expectations. I've seen stuff happen just in these few 2 weeks that have blown my mind. Why is that? I mean, outside of the 40 days and 40 nights, I'm a woman of God. It's just when you plug into the word and you make it a priority, something just amazing happens. The Lord just like, I'm finna show you. And he has been showing me. He has been showing me. Goodness. The way my family has been, the response to digesting that word every day, work, people around us, me being able to have, the Lord has given me solutions to things that I've been trying to figure out for years in this 40 days and 40 nights. And I'm just blessed because of it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what he's doing with it as a whole. I really do want this kind of ministry. The Lord has called me. I explained to everybody what happened when he told me that he wanted me to start teaching and wanted me to have a fellowship. But I really don't want anything traditional. I don't want the traditional setting. I don't want the traditional, and I'll start with the whole one person is the one who brings the word majority of the time, and then everybody else is kind of occasionally, seasonally, and it's really all about that one person. I don't like that. I don't want that for myself. And so to see everybody bringing their meals, I'm starting to see that this is possible, to have a ministry where it flows as a complete body rather than, of course, you need a head, but so much focus on the head. I really think that's important because everybody has something different to bring to the table. Yesterday was Miss Benjamin's teaching, and behind the scenes, God is doing something in that. But just hearing the truth, the candidness in her, and how she's able to relate real life situations to what the word says and use it as a starting point, or use that as a way to be able to make you connect with the word that she's giving. Golly, I was so pleased with that yesterday. It was just like, look at this. I guess that's what I'm feeling. You go around and you talk to these people every day and you have relationships, you work with some of them, friendships, but you don't know this part of them. We talk about the Lord, but when you give somebody a meal, teach them, you see another side of them that you haven't seen before. And I'm seeing different things in the people that are around me that is impressive to me. I was impressed by that teaching yesterday. I was impressed by the analogy, the real life analogy that she used for the dude concentrating on the $5. And then she was looking at the source. That don't do something for you? I swear. I feel like sometimes a word can be so good that I just want to flip a table over. And that's what I felt like when she was saying that. I mean, if she was in front of me, I would have been trying to stop myself from hitting her, because it was so juicy. It was so thick. It was so good. That plate was beast. I was sitting there cutting that meat. I was slicing into that meal, taking so much from that. That wasn't the only thing that she said. Her willing to be able to be so transparent and emotional in that. And we all got stuff going on in our lives. And I know she got stuff going on, but she still made sure she had that meal. That was impressive to me. I'm used to the Lord pulling that kind of dedication out of me. It is far and few in between when I see it in others. And when I see it, I admire it. And it was admirable to me. And that was a good teaching. I'm going to go through it and probably do the snack for that as well, or the dessert. Lauren has said something about this being a dessert. I really do agree with that. I feel like when we first did this, we did it differently. We did the 40 days and 40 nights, and the person who had the meal in the beginning did the longer teaching, and the person at night did their own teaching, which was a snack. But we changed it to be a thing of you reviewing or pulling out what you saw in the first one, and so dessert fits it better. And also, y'all might see me change the caption in it later on. But anyway, I might be the one to do the dessert for that one, because it is a privilege to come behind that teaching. That was so good. There's other points. I don't have my notes in front of me about that one. But I was just writing notes. And I was like, Lord, she hit on one of my favorite passages, which I'm going to have to forward you, Miss Benjamin, the teaching that I did on that, because I am a fan of Elijah and Elisha. But in that particular account, it was Elijah, and I like him so much. And that account is so real to me. And some of the perspectives that you brought out of it was so cool. But oh yeah, I don't know if she said, where are you, or what are you doing? I think it was, what are you doing? Woo, that nailed it. What are you doing? See, the Lord has to say that to us sometimes. I'm doing my snack. I'm doing my dessert right now. The Lord has to sometimes say to us, what are you doing? What's going on? What are you doing with yourself? And majority of us ask ourselves, what are you doing? I know I've said to myself plenty of times, Bernadette, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Get yourself together. You know what to do, and you're not doing it. Go on and do what you got to do. This is an endless recording that I need to play to myself, or have played to myself, of conversations that I've had and conversations that I will have in the future. What are you doing? Man, Miss Benjamin, you are beast. You excel. She excels in so many things, and I cannot wait to watch the development, praise God, that you choose to do. And the woman of God that starts to transform and show herself in this ministry and just as a teacher of the word in itself. That's just going to be exciting to me. Miss Briggs taught too. And I know y'all probably think she's just talking noise, but if you know me, I'm not. There's excellent women around me, and I'm just like, Lord, thank you. I didn't know. I did not know. I knew when I met her that there was something distinct about that woman and how cool she was. She's just so freaking cool. She really is. The videos are awesome, but you just got to be around her. She's a cool person. And so genuine. And there was something in her that she honored the Christ in me and the woman of God in me that I had not seen from somebody else, that was made me feel like I wanted to be even more of what God called me to be, being around her. But just to see her video and to see she's so good. She's so good. You're so good. I know you think I'm probably talking crap, or I tell that to everybody. You won't see me say that to everyone. You are so good. And we've had discussions, and she's probably going to be fussing at me in the comments, but we've had discussions about her, you know, being called to teach, and she knows God told her she gonna do it. You know, I know you being used by the Lord, Miss Jenkins, but you know, I just, whew. And what you dragging your feet for, girl? It's just like, it's over for me. I'm going to be like, I know you coming to go do this with me. I know you're going to send me this video. I know you're going to do this. I know we're going to do that conference. That's where I feel like that's how I'm at. Because just, it's electric. It's all in you. Just all in you. Your speaking voice, your presence. And I know you got life. I know before that you probably had a pot of something on the stove, and maybe you ain't had no pants on when you was doing the teaching because you got children and you got a job and everything else. I mean, I ain't thinking you naked or nothing like that. I'm just saying, you know, we have stuff that's happening and everything is not the way that it looks. But regardless, you rightly were dividing that word. Girl, you was serving up some good food. I had some, I don't eat potatoes, but I had some potatoes. And I had me some good steak, actually. Probably shoulder butt. That's my favorite. Some green beans was in there. I had me a nice roll that went with that as well. I was all in the plate. I was using my roll to be able to get the leftovers off in that. Look at what God is doing in this, and me being able to experience this, and you guys being able to experience this. If you're missing this, if you're just kind of doing enough to be able to say that you did it, you so are missing out, because of the development that's happening in me and the spiritual changes that I'm seeing God do. And I'm talking about manifestation. I'm seeing stuff, like I said, happen in my life in these 2 weeks that I was like, I don't see how that's going to happen. And the Lord has done it. And he's just like, just wait. We ain't even halfway through. When Miss Ruby has said, you know, when you get called to do something like this, you want to say, yeah, I got this to do. I got this to do. I got this to do. Can I say this? We all full of crap. It's true. Yeah, you got stuff to do. Yes, we have life. Is life busy? Yes. Is it too busy for this? No. Is it too busy for you to take 2 times out of a 40-day period and to put together a 20, 30-minute video about the Lord and the relationship that you have with him and what he's talking to you about? No. The fact that we say that is ignorant, and it shows that we are not living up to who we are and what God has called us to be. It's just the truth. And I think that either you're going to realize that in this and you're going to grow from that, or it's going to be one of those things where it's just like, she doesn't understand my life. And I'm sure I don't, but I understand the flesh. I understand what the enemy doesn't want us to have. I understand what he tries to fight us against. And I understand that when we push, even if it is hard, even though I don't believe this is hard, when we push and we do something like this, God will overwhelm you with the benefits of what you're doing. He will overwhelm you. And for me, the benefits is enough of just seeing the teachings and hearing it and seeing it flow, and to experience this part of who you guys are and to see the God in you. I love fellowshipping. I love when you can talk to somebody about something that guys did and they're like, let me tell you what he did in my life like this. And I'm like, girl, you know what I'm talking about. Man, you know what I'm talking about. Dude, you know what I'm talking about. I love it. It's just like you get to have a conversation with the Lord from person to person to person to person. Those benefits are enough in itself. But in addition to that, the Lord always got something on the side. He always got some cherry on the top of what he's doing. And the manifestation is mind-blowing. Just to give y'all a little bit of glimpse. In the midst of this, the Lord has told me to buy a house for SOS. A house for SOS. The house is about 4,000 square feet. It's going to be a place where we have our fellowship, that we have events, that we have get-togethers and things like that. In addition to that, it's going to be a place where when someone needs a transition in the ministry, they can live there. It's got 5 bedrooms. I think 2 or 3 bathrooms. I know 2. I'm not sure if it's 3. I can add a bathroom. It's got an area for the office, which is where the people at SOS are going to be working. And he also explained that to me, that I needed to have a staff for SOS and to put people on the payroll and for people to be able to do ministry, and that he wanted me to pull them over more to the ministry side rather than the business side. And he's like, okay, and now that you want to do this, let me show you what I'm gonna give you. And I'm really excited about having that resource and being able to use that to be able to bless the body and to bless others and everything else. There's so much stuff that we can do with that property. There's so much stuff things that we can do to help people. I want to be able to have, collect clothes for people to be able to have clothes. And I want to be able to have clothes for people to be able to interview for jobs or to just look the part of what they're getting ready to do in their life. Resources, food pantry, just endless opportunities for God to be able to help people through that. I mean, SOS is the point of it, right? He also told me about doing the camp. And I think I said this before, but if I didn't, I'm talking about a camp. And 5 to 15 acres. There'll be 3 main houses somewhat. One will be the, multi-purpose building. The others will be for the main people in SOS, like myself, my family, and the other families that are going to be on staff and that are connected and who are the foundation of the ministry. And then I am going to take some of the other areas of the land, and I'm trying to think of it while I'm talking to you guys. I'm trying to think of what those things are called. They're the metal buildings that you get at the docks. I know the word is simple. It's just not coming to me right now. And I'm going to make little houses with those. And so when people come, so when you guys come to stay and to come to do an event, you guys can have your own like little house suite. And there'll be some 1 bedrooms, there'll be some 2 bedrooms. That's probably the most I'm going to do is 2 bedrooms because it is going to be like a camp atmosphere. There'll be a living room with a pull-out couch. So you and your husband or you can come with your friends and family, and a kitchenette will be in there. And it's just going to be super awesome. Super awesome. And I'm praying that we can have a lake, and so that we can do stuff like fishing and kayaking and swimming events, and we'll be able to do like relay races and all kinds of stuff that you would do at a camp, and then fill up with the word. I want my events to still be free. I've asked God for that. But I do want people to have an opportunity to give. You guys have an opportunity to give. I'm going to put it on the page so you guys can understand, or you guys can start being able to do that. or at least know that you're capable of doing that. Some of you give now, and it's important to give. It's important to tithe. And I've never been someone to push for people to give to us. I should, but I always expect God to supply all our needs, and I love giving. But if you're going to give to something, you should give to something that you know is going to change people's lives, and that's going to be fruitful, because then in turn, your seed is going to grow. And we are good ground, and we are a good ministry to seed into. So I'll put that on the page as well. But the SOS camp is something that he's talking to me about doing. He's talking to me about the people that we're getting ready to hire, and he's showing me the people that I need to hire for the ministry. Something else that he showed me in this, and he had been talking to me about it a little bit. I think I've mentioned it, maybe I have not, but I have had a hidden desire to be able to do movies almost all my life. And I've done them, little bitty skits, different things here and there. And he recently explained to me that I was a writer. That's why I'm finishing the book that I'm doing. But in addition to writing books, screenplays, and directing. And so he's flat out showed me in this us doing movies that are going to be playing in theaters. And when he first said movies, I was like, okay, I can do some small screen movies and things like that. I see that, Lord. And he said, no. He said, you're going into theaters. And I was like, what? Like, are you serious? Like, it seems kind of like that is scary. But on the other side of it, I know that the stuff that I'm going to be making is set apart. And I've already started writing some of them, and I'm impressed with myself. So that's, maybe I'm not supposed to say that, but I am. And I'm so excited about making new content. I love movies. If you know me, I love movies. I'll sit there and go through a movie. I will study it from the beginning to the end. If you get me to watch a movie more than once, then you done did something. Because most of the stuff that's out here is crap. And I'm not saying crap like worldly. I'm talking about just not put together well. I'm talking about not a really good script, not a good plot, not good characters, not depth. They don't give time to be able to develop the characters in the time period that the movie is running. Very superficial, cliche. Nothing that I feel like made me walk away recently. Some things, but just lately, they just not been putting out nothing good. And I like to be able to watch a movie and afterwards go through it, and it's making me think. And I feel like a movie can be so good that if it's good, that you should get godly revelation from it in the midst of it. There was this one that Netflix did. I think it was called Marriage. It's probably not. I'm probably wrong. But the chick from Black Widow, isn't that her character? Was in it. Beast. Man, they did that up. Great writing. Just, how do I explain it? Sometimes when you watch movies, you can see that their reactions are not authentic. You can see that their actions are a script, and you shouldn't see that. You shouldn't see the lines. You shouldn't see that this was on paper. It should be so real that you just feel like the actors in it didn't have anything that anybody told them, that they just went with how they were feeling because this was real life. And they did that in that. Especially talking about what happens when a couple reaches a point where they can't work out their issues and have to have a divorce. And it was so good. Just so good. I guess I'm just saying that I had a desire for those kind of movies, and God was like, okay, we're going to make them. And I was like, and I guess I have to tell myself, because what he said to me was, remember when you thought that it was going to be a crazy idea for you to buy houses, renovate houses, and resell them? Remember when you thought it was crazy for me to have you not just do that on your own, but to actually buy a building and to hire staff and have employees? Remember when you thought that was crazy? And I hear him, and the same way I felt then is how I feel now about having the vision to do movies. And I have to say to myself, well, Brenda, you said that before. You did it, and you and him worked that out, and it happened, and you saw the manifestation of it. What's the difference with this? He's shown me that I am going to have a music production company. Never thought I would do that. Like music. I enjoy music. Never thought about doing anything as far as that's concerned, but it's going to tie into what we're doing with the movies, but just to help people who actually have a gift and want people to be able to receive their gift. And I'm not talking about Christian artists. I don't like that label. I don't feel like people are Christian artists. I think they're just artists who are Christians. My movies are not going to be Christian movies. I'm just a director and a screenwriter who is a Christian. Will the content have it in there? Yeah, I can't. It's me. Can't do that. I can't do anything without it. But it's not going to be typical. There'll be some cussing in some of the movies that I do. There might be some sex in some of the movies that I do. It ain't gonna be no porn or nothing like that. I couldn't put myself on that. It'll be that soap opera sex where the cover, or you know how in every sex scene now they start kissing and they kind of go fade to black, and then the next scene they flop back on the bed, and that lets you know that they've had sex. There'll probably be some sex like that. But anyway, my point is that I don't believe in saying that I do Christian this or Christian music, Christian movies, Christian TV shows or whatever. I believe that Christians should do them, and their Christianity should be reflected in the music, and it should shine through. And some things will be just straight to the point about Christianity and all things connected to it, but some things won't. And I think it's a good thing. I guess what I'm saying is that I'm sharing with you guys some of the things that God has done for me and through this 40 days. And I'm just like blown about it. These are just a few things. This is not everything. And maybe you guys will want to share some of the things too. And to say to the people who are all in and who are on the train, hey, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy but exciting, life-changing ride. And for the people who are not, it's not too late. Get on board. Focus. Take serious what we're doing. Listen to other people's teachings and get involved and let it make you over. Let it transform you. Let it heal you. Let it deliver you. When it comes to your teaching, spend time on it. Don't print something off the internet and sit there and go through it 5 minutes before you tape your video. If Jesus Christ came back right now, and when we face him, because we will, all of us will, it don't matter. If you don't believe in it, then that ain't got nothing to do with me. Today's Sunday, and if you don't believe today's Sunday, it's still Sunday. We will face Jesus. And if we had to face Jesus today, and he said, what's the last thing you did for me? And the last thing that you did for him was this, and you were evaluated according to the work that you put into the 40 days and 40 nights, what would that look like? I feel like I'd get a good evaluation. I feel like I can do some B+ work. I feel like I could get a B+ on some of the stuff that I'm doing. I feel like some of us A. I feel like my heart has been A. But you need to do things in that way. You need to do the things in the spirit of excellence, especially when you're doing things for God. Especially when you're doing things for God. But I'm proud of you guys, and I'm so thankful that you took me up on this challenge and that you are participating, and you bless me with your words coming from the Word of God and allow me to partake in it. It is a privilege to sit and hear the word from you. It's a privilege to sit under you. It's a privilege to be taught by you. I'm so thankful for that. I don't take it for granted. Thank you for rightly dividing the word and giving me portions of that. Thank you for feeding me. I don't often get fed spiritually. Thank you for that. And let's just keep going and look to see what God's doing, and just, man, continue to excel and grow. Amen. Amen. Now I'm going to look the same way when I do my video. So just don't throw shade. I'm just letting you know this was my first part, and the other part is gonna be my teaching and my meal and everything else. But I ain't changing my clothes or nothing like that. So this is me now, and then that'll be me later. And this is me showing off my new wig. And I'm gonna actually use the same hair when I take pictures for Instagram. So you're gonna be like, God dog, was that who she was that day? Yes, it was. That was me. I'm gonna use this as much as I can, and I don't care how you feel about it. And that's it. Anyway, amen.